Hi there, my name is Dr. Harry Farmer, and this is my video to accompany my research plan poster on learning about the similarity between self and others. This is work I've done with Dr. Uri Hertz from the University of Haifa and Professor Antonia Hamilton from UCL. So I'll be fairly brief because I've only got 3 minutes, but just to give you some background to the poster and to the project, we know that perceived similarity between self and others plays an important role in structuring social interactions. And those we perceive as more similar to ourselves in terms of their traits, preferences, and values are evaluated more favorably than those we perceive as different. So more similar people tend to be attracted together. And in this project, I aim to use a reinforcement learning approach to model the computational process behind learning about the preferences of similar and dissimilar others, and to see whether there are any differences in how we learn about those we consider similar, different to us. How do we form those representations of similarity and difference that we then go on to lead into so many other important social processing? So this research project builds on previous work that Antonia, Uri, and myself did, in which we used fMRI to identify the brain regions that track parameters involved in preference similarity learning. And in particular, we found that kind of the total representation of a particular target's similarity or difference to ourselves in terms of their preferences was stored in the medial frontal gyrus. But also in that prediction errors relating to similarity between self and other were stored in a number of systems, including the caudate, which is involved in generalized reinforcement learning, and also both frontal and parietal regions that have been implicated in wider social cognition and self-other differentiation. So we have evidence for quite widespread areas of the brain involved in this process of similarity learning. A limitation of that study was that we didn't collect any behavioral data on individual participants' predictions about the similarity of others to themselves. So we couldn't actually fit individual parameters for each person's learning rates or make any behavior analysis of what those parameters might be. In this project, we'll try and address that limitation by running 2 behavioral studies that we use computational modeling to examine whether the rate of preference learning differs for people with similar and different preferences to oneself. And we'll expand that in study 2 by adding a minimal group manipulation, which will see how pre-existing representations of similarity or difference to others actually affect preference learning rates. So I think that's really all I've got time for in this video. Here's a quick image of the experimental paradigm, and I advise you to have a look at the poster. If you're in person, come and speak to me. Else you can contact me via Twitter, email. I'm very happy to talk on any of those. Thanks a lot. Bye.